Climb down the chimney, turn on the brightest string of lights I've ever seen. Slice of the fruitcake, it's time we've hung some tinsel on the evergreen bough. Or I've grown a little leaner, grown a little colder, grown a little sadder, grown a little older, and I need a little angel sitting on my shoulder. Need a little Christmas now. We need a little Christmas, Johnny Mathis. Yep, if we could keep that Christmas spirit all year long, it would be great, wouldn't it? I'm Laura T, Dream Deals 123 on eBay. It's the Silver Owl Thrifter, and I'm going to sing Christmas music till Christmas. I'm going to give it a go. I love Christmas music. It's going to be harder this year, though. There's some songs, like I listened to one the other day, I'll Be Home for Christmas, and I was puddled of tears pretty quick. I can't listen to some songs yet without really losing it, because like that was a song that I would always play when my husband deployed, and he passed away this year. I think most of you know that, but so it's going to be a different kind of Christmas. It was different for Thanksgiving yesterday. It was fine. It was fine. You know, everybody, lots of people, and myself included, you know, somebody passes away and you say to the person, this is going to be hard. And yes, it's rightly so. But it was not a lot different than the pain of every day missing him. It's just like missing him when I go to the thrift store, because that's something we always did together, or when we did this or that. So we went over to my son-in-law's parents' house, and we had a nice meal and had fun with little Evelyn, my granddaughter, and then her little cousin was there, and it was just fun seeing them interact together. So I had a very nice Thanksgiving. Missed my husband terribly. Oh boy, I got my notes on this, and now I gotta put it here. I need something else, okay. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. All right, well, I did have my store on Time Away, but I've stopped because I feel great. It's about 9 days out of my total hip replacement, my left hip, and I feel great. So I'm back to work. I know the store's back on. I don't think I'll be out thrifting anytime soon, but I can manage shipping, so I'm going to do that. And I had a few sales. Let's go over those, and then we'll talk more. I have lots of thoughts about my hip replacement, doctors, basically that, and just kind of being 6 months in on my husband passing. He died on our 35th wedding anniversary on May 13th of this year. So it's just been a little over 6 months. And let's talk about kind of how I'm doing in general. Okay. So I sold this wrap dress. I think it was a very no-name dress, and D. Ellie, never heard of it. Small, so not the greatest size, but wrap dresses are popular, and I need a good wrap dress, I think. Especially, like, I'm wearing dresses now with this hip replacement. I like a good dress. So when I have a dress, but I thought the print was nice, kind of autumn colors, maybe with a sweater or something, but it could be spring and summer too. So I put wrap dress, short sleeves, small, rayon, flowy, fall colors, leaves, prairie, D. Ellie. And I paid, this was, I think, free, and I sold it for $10 plus shipping, so I made about $8 on that. Oh man, I just dropped it on the floor, and I don't have my grabber. I have my other grabber, my daughter. Oh, she's going to be happy when my sister comes next week. My sister's coming next week. Yay, I'm so excited. Because it's not like my sister's going to be helping me. She's going to be helping Bethany, because Bethany just has been waiting on me hand and foot, literally. Such a big help. Banana Republic men's black gray flannel plaid long sleeve standard fit shirt. Long. I paid $3 for it. Sold it for $10 plus shipping. I also had a 20% discount on this. I don't think I have a coupon. I don't know. That must be something. It's weird, kind of. And I made about $8 on this. So I paid $3, sold it for $10. It's, yeah, large. Your flannels and things are going to start selling. This I picked up because of the style, and the brand is Washed, Stoned, and Beaten, which I think is a pretty good brand. Washed, Stoned, and Beaten, vintage 1946. Well, they're not really from 1946, just the name of them. Men's shorts, Madras plaid, patchwork, 33, size 33. Put $1, sold for $12 plus shipping, and I made about $10 on those. This is a very good pattern. Take a look. It's Madras plaid, colorful. You will see it in like Talbot's makes like a shift dress, and lots of places do this, but this is a popular style. So, you know, you can just walk down the aisles at the thrift stores and just look for stuff like that. You don't have to go through everything if you don't want to. Like I look through, I'll walk down the shorts, I'll look for this, I'll look for cargo pants, I'll look for kind of nylon, like outdoorsy activity. Oh, look who's here. Mr. Darcy. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, he's stepping on my computer. Well, anyways, he's over there. By the way, you know, Mr. Darcy had his tooth pulled, and boy, is he ever a happier cat. I think he was in a lot of pain, and we didn't know it. He just does all the face rubbing. We call it face love. And he just seems happier. He's like more playful. Like we have this cat tunnel that the other cat plays in all the time, but Darcy's never been in it. Well, he was playing in it the other day, so it's so good to see. These poor little animals, they can't tell you anything. I didn't know. And, you know, I don't really do the whole dental checkup with my cats and dogs. I don't have any dogs right now, but it's just too much money because you have to, like, anesthetize them to do anything, and I don't like to do that. But that said, sometimes I think their teeth should be, if they're looked at and they need it, but not just routinely. That's my 2 cents. What was I talking about? Well, I think I was just doing this. Let's go on this. Yeah, so go down the aisles. Look, I look for chunky sweaters. Like this one was on the aisle, and but I kept this one. And yeah, just look for plaid. Look for this. Look for like this denim. This is a good one. That's J. Jill, great brand. 4X, great size. Chambray denim, great fabric. Button front, collared shirt, blouse, long sleeve. And it's got the little pin tuck things here. I didn't put that in, I should have. And this sold for $22 plus shipping. I paid $5 for this. I knew this would sell, and so I made $14 on that. But you know, I mean, 5 years ago, this probably would have gone for $35 or something. But I'm happy with that. Orvis. Orvis men's lightweight sweat casual pants, blue, large, question mark, tall, question mark, with pockets. So I must have, I think it's extra large. I just put all the measurements in. So paid $2, sold for $8 plus shipping, and made about $5 on those. Pajama time. Christmas is pajama time. Look for your plaids. These aren't plaids, but this is a really great pattern, I thought, when I saw it, for men's pajamas. They're flannel, blue stripe, blue stripe. The men's store blue white stripe flannel pajama set, size extra, extra large, long sleeve, classic. Paid $1, sold for $18 plus shipping. Made about $15 on those. So look for your pajamas. I got a nightgown in there. I might have taken it off because I think I was thinking I would need it for this surgery. Actually, I should pull that nightgown out. It'd be comfy to sleep in. So made $130. This is not overnight. This is over the last week or 10 days. So, and I have had my store on time away, which sometimes people will look and they just won't buy anything. So Yeah, so made, what was I doing? I was going to say something. Yeah, so made 130 and 60 of that was profit. So not quite 50%. But I am taking very low offers on things now because I just want to move some of this old stuff. And now that we're back on, we're not on time away. Hopefully it will pick up. My sales this month, even with being on time away for about 10 days, were $737 gross. I imagine I probably made about $350 net. That's okay. All right, what else to talk about? Well, let's talk about my hip replacement surgery. I had my left hip totally replaced, and it feels great. It feels like it's healing great, no pain. I'm pretty much still using my walker, although I probably could use my cane. I have a physical therapist doing a home visit today. I'm going to talk about that. One issue I'm having is my right hip is hurting, and I didn't have any pain really in this surgery, but it's having something. I think it's because I'm using it a lot more, and so I'm going to talk to the physical therapist and see if I can do something to kind of help with that. But other than that, I'm doing well. I would say if you're thinking of getting, I know this is about eBay, but I'm just going to talk about stuff going on in my life too. A couple of years ago, I was going to do this hip surgery. I don't know if I ever told you guys about kind of what happened with, why I didn't really. First of all, I really wasn't convinced that the hip replacement would solve the problem. And so I wanted to try some other alternatives. But at that point, I was pretty ready to have the hip replacement surgery. But when I went to the doctor, a guy I had never met before, I sit down and the first thing he says is something like, we just talked a minute, and then he's like, get up and walk. And I walked, and he was like, oh, it must be really hard for you to have sex. I was like, I don't know what I said. I was so taken aback. It's one of those things which, looking back, I wish I had just addressed it or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But it was like, to me, it was so inappropriate to say something like that. And then I still was gonna do it, and I don't know, maybe the me of now wouldn't, because I tend to be very insecure, and I don't like confrontation. And he was supposedly the best in town, and I mean, he was a nice guy and everything, but it was just like, don't say that to anybody, a woman or anybody, So, and then he just seemed like he didn't seem convinced that I needed it. He was like, well, let's try physical therapy for 6 weeks. And then I went back and we're going to schedule a date. And he was like, this is a difficult, I don't know. He didn't seem very confident or something. I don't know. It probably would have been fine. But, and then I started reading like all the, blog or all the stuff on Facebook and stuff about people's hip replacements, and I would not advise doing that if you can, just because it can scare you, because people talk and write about all the bad things that happen. So I started looking at that, and I was like, I am managing pretty good right now, and I don't want to get myself in bad shape and blah blah blah. So then I tried so I canceled that, and I tried some other things, and then we moved, and then there was a doctor here that we were going to, and he was like a natural doctor and everything like that. Nice guy, but I don't think I'm going to go back to him, because he used the F word a lot, and I just didn't like that. I don't think that's very professional either. And it was kind of surprising, because he had like very Christian-like stuff around, and I'm, Christians swear, I guess, and everything too, but it was weird. And then, I don't know, it was like he was super, super expensive too, and I just think I can manage without that. Thank you very much. And the thing about doctors is, we kind of put them on a pedestal, I think, sometimes. We give them a lot of authority. It's just the way we're raised, and they are very smart and helpful people, and yes, they do know a lot more about stuff than we do. And I'm not saying, but I think we need to also just be, I don't know, just not let them, like if we feel uncomfortable with something, we need to address that and not think that there's some, they're just human beings like everybody else. And we're ultimately, I feel like, in charge of our health because we know what's going on. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. And I think this doctor I have now, Dr. Diminick, I really like him, his bedside manner, his professionalism, and just level of confidence and everything. So, and the thing is, I don't know if I told you this, he had got a lot of recommendations, but my son-in-law's dad had a bad experience with him. And so I could have just gone by that, and been like, oh, well, Randy did this. But I was like, I'm just going to go and see what I feel about this guy. And I'm really glad I did, because I think, and then I was talking more to Randy the other day, and I think it wasn't like a bad doctoring. It was like, Randy had really bad knee pain, and he had been a football player, and everything seemed to be pointing to the knee, but it ended up it was more a hip problem. So anyways, but you just go with somebody that you feel comfortable with. And but I don't care how great their reputation is or something. If they say stuff that makes you feel uncomfortable, or you don't like their bedside manner, I wouldn't go with them, because I think it's very important to feel confident and trusting your doctors. I was very spoiled with the natural doctor I had in Maryland, Dr. Shamim. He's one of a kind. I mean, I know it's impossible for other doctors to be like him, because he would spend time with you. He and his wife gave me their home number to call in like emergencies and stuff. And I went to his funeral, and he was just such a great doctor. All right, what else? Okay, here we got 17 minutes. Oh, it's okay, I'll do a long one. 6 months in, everybody, I don't know, it's a milestone, I guess. Still feeling pretty much the same about things. Handling everything well, I guess, but still very, very sad about it. And I always will be. It's just 6 months, 6 years. Missing a lot. And yeah, it is hard at holidays. I think Christmas is going to be much harder for me than Thanksgiving for some reason. It was a pretty big day for our family, and like it is for everybody. So that's going to be hard. Everything. He was very hard to shop for. We all are, aren't we? I'm really glad I'm taking up this painting, because now I got the things that everybody can always get me art stuff. Let me show you some of the stuff I'm making for our garden club holiday bazaar. I'm making these little fish that you hang on the walls. This one isn't quite done. And I think the price on these from last year, I was looking at the bars, were like $15 to $25. So, and I put a little like washer and a little like tack there to kind of build that up. Anyways, that's one fish. And then I'm doing these little fish that you can hang on the wall, or maybe the bigger ones are going to be wall hangings, but these little ones might be ornaments. It's not finished. I got to do more with the eye, and I don't know if I like the mouth, but I'm having trouble figuring out what to do with the mouths and the eyes. And then these ones too, and then I just put a little hanger on the back. So there's those, and then I'm also going to try to make these little Christmas trees with like old jewelry, and that's a pin on the top for like little ornaments. This was just kind of a test one. My daughter painted the other ones all really nice. And this will just be a Christmas tree ornament, I guess. Or I guess you could set them on the thing just came off. Just set them on the ground. It could be a Christmas tree in a dollhouse, right? Dollhouse Christmas trees. I mean, if these things sell at the bazaar, I might learn how to do crafty stuff and sell these things. I mean, if you go on Etsy, these fish things, and I'm doing this one, like this is a big one. I mean, some of them go for hundreds of dollars, but they're super, super good. But I I think these will turn out okay. I was excited for my sister to be here to help me with them. And I might just leave her the eyes. Okay, Andrea, you're going to do the eyes and the mouths. I don't know what to do. So, and then they can put them all, you know, a little wall hanging. And everybody here on the lake will probably like stuff like this. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, not bad for my first time, I think. I hope everyone knows I'm an amateur. I feel like maybe at the bazaar, maybe like between 2 to 5 for this and 10 to 20 for this. Maybe 5 or 6 for these ones, you know, put eyes on them and everything. Of course, they sell over a lot more online, but I want to give them prices that are like, you know, yard sale-ish, bazaar-like prices. So, and then they have a whole bunch of other stuff there that they're going to be selling too. Anybody in Virginia, Lynchburg, Virginia, come. It's Timberlake Garden Club. That'd be fun. Well, that's it. It's 21 minutes in. Yeah, so yeah, how am I doing 6 months in? It's just, I don't know. Everything's the same, everything's different. Yesterday there was a situation where I was just in a situation where I saw like a daughter and her dad having kind of an argument, and I don't know, it just makes me sad because, you know, you just never know. I hope everybody, I know people argue with their parents, and sometimes there's stuff going on, but I don't know. All right, I'm just rambling here. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next one. Like and subscribe.